What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Flying Dutchman videos, and welcome to this, my very first video in my new Metro Last Light playthrough.
The dark ones came much later, from the garden's direction.
Shut up now and let you guys watch the cutscene here.
Huge, towering a full head over the highest man. Nightmarish creatures, creepy as a man turned inside out. Monsters born to destroy us. The word was they were incredibly strong and unnaturally evil. That with bare paws they could tear armed men apart. That's all lies. Truth is even scarier.
So as you might have guessed, we're still playing as Artyom, who's now a bit older and a bit worse for wear, it seems. Still bothered by these dreams instigated by the Dark Ones.
I tried calling my family, but couldn't get through.
Seems that this game is quite a bit darker, or more playing more the emotional tone than the previous one. I shall see in just a few seconds.
Shit! What's going on here?
It's very reminiscent of the first few moments in the first game. That is kind of fucked up. Turns out that was a dream in a dream, and we're greeted by our old buddy Khan here.
Nightmares, eh? No wonder, after all you've been through. Listen, I have incredible news. A couple of days ago, I was near the ruins of the Dark One's hive, and I saw one of them, still alive. I immediately set out to find you, as you were the one they tried to contact, before you launched the missile strike against them.
I am totally not doing any exposition to explain the previous game to you, Mr. Gamer.
Yes, Ullman, one moment. If a Dark One has survived, it is vital that you try to speak with it, Artyom. I realize that, as one of the Order now, you report to Miller. But we must persuade him to allow this mission.
Khan, I told you to get out! This is a classified base. You shouldn't even be here. I'll take you to Colonel Miller. Follow me, Artyom.
Get ready, Artyom. I'll be waiting at the exit.
It's worth noting that Last Light assumes the worst and holds the negative ending of the last game as canon. So all the Dark Ones, or more or less all the Dark Ones, are dead. Game runs particularly well, it seems, for all the shit it got for being unstable on AMD cards. I have an older AMD card, a HD 5870, and it runs fairly well, and I even crank it up to high in a few moments, as you can see. But even on normal, it looks very good. Looks doesn't have the harsh quality of the previous games. Much softer lighting and environmental effects that also a lot more noticeable post-processing. Even so, a lot of stuff is not on. At least that's what it defaulted to me to for me.
They gave him a ranger's badge on the spot.
Yeah, it's nice for him. I had to spend 2
Voice acting is still kind of hokey in English.
Well, anyway, where were we? I suppose it's nice down here since they got the reactor working.
So, if you've played the last game, this is D6.
It doesn't feel right.
A former doomsday bunker in the deep Russian metro, which has been taken over by the Order, and this is now their base. As you can see, they've stepped up quite a bit since the last game.
Pathetic. No wonder the colonel ordered training time.
Found a good use for all that old pre-war kit, it seems. Like the previous game, this also has a fairly slow start, where you get a lot of exposition and just walk through the base as you walk through the station in 2033.
He doesn't eat, doesn't react to people, he just speaks to God.
Hope Romanov's not expecting an answer.
Hello, Artyom.
I swear, this is the exact same guy as in the previous game in the armory of your home metro.
Let's get you equipped.
I forget what that's
First
called,
things
but
first. You're going
it
to
has
use
to be the
gas
same
mask.
voice actor.
You can't make a step on the surface without a gas mask. It's been 20 years and the radiation's still strong enough in some places to boil water. There are hot spots down here in the metro, too. Don't forget filters for the mask. Sure, it looks cool enough even without these, but they definitely make it better for your health. Now medkits. Well, what can I say? Anything you need for survival in a stylish orange case. Here's your advance salary for this month. Remember, your pay is
This,
military grade
I think, is from buying the deluxe edition of the pre-order edition, which I think gave you 100 military grade bullets. So if you didn't buy that, it's likely he doesn't give you that, although I'm not sure.
Alright, now to the good stuff, huh? Let's get you some guns. Take the ones you want and try them out on my range.
They don't really explain what's happening here, but you have to go to your right, and there's a board there where you can.
Rangers usually carry up to
Also, a massive difference from the previous game where you started out with a beater of a submachine gun. Here you just straight up get an AK, which is also part of the pre-order edition. But like, assuming most people bought the game or watching the game now bought it before launch, they have that weapon. So you start with fairly deluxe weapons compared to the previous game, even going as far as giving you an RPD.
choice. The Kalash is the workhorse of the Ranger arsenal.
It's just giving you all kinds of weapons you would have had to unlock in the previous game
Power at close range.
or buy.
Just don't go trying to snipe with one.
Also customization, which seems to be fairly basic, but hey, it's more than the previous game did. One noticeable thing about the VO is that they seem to have either reused a lot of stuff they had already recorded for the previous game, or they hired a lot of the same voice actors again.
Alright, Artyom. Head over to my range and try out those guns. Come back if you want to try a different gun.
Hey, Artyom, put on a show for me, huh? Try out the rest of the weapons you chose. Try shooting for the center of the regular dummy's chest. Good shot! Now shoot the armored dummy. Notice the difference? It's going to take more bullets to penetrate that armor. Look for sparks in an armored target. Try a headshot. That's a critical hit. Notice the difference? Those are the
Fairly standard shooter tutorial here.
Run up to Miller's briefing.
Same type of stuff we got in the previous game.
You're not to disclose the fact that D6 has been found to anyone in the metro. The colonel says someone already spilled the beans. The stations are crawling with rumors. Each flight crazier than the last. Sure, food for 10 million, super weapons, secret machinery. And others claim there's a radio down here powerful enough to contact the bunkers in Siberia.
Wonder what happened to
Where
that
the
giant
president
ass
and
amoeba
government
boss
are
we
holed up.
fought in the last game.
Madness.
That body is still down there.
Here for damn sure.
No way, the base is clear. It means the part
Oh god,
where
that is some terrible voice acting.
Miller's calling the group leaders in. There's going to be a big assembly.
This is all kinds of stereotypical Russian accent here.
I was on duty in the situation room yesterday.
Guess that's maybe the Ukrainians making fun of their neighbors here.
So, you're an expert on hell.
Pay no attention to this clown, Alex. Open the gates.
That guy has some serious hair product.
What are you talking about?
I wonder where you get that in the metro. Just look at that.
What the hell did he do?
He has a fucking hair helmet, and it's shiny.
All right, let's go.
The tombs of ancient kings were filled with
And now
whatever they
Khan
might
goes
need
on
for
his
the
one of his metaphysical rants again.
gold, chariots.
It's kind of a metro hippie, this
They
guy.
sacrificed their wives and slaves to serve their lords even in death. Reminds me of this bunker.
Cut that shit out.
Guess I'm not the only one kind of annoyed by that crap.
The things in
Just
these
look at that hair!
are like what the conqueror took with him beyond the grave. Gold, steel.
I wonder if that's a bug or is that really supposed to be that way? Because that looks weird. Let's change it to high here. Still runs okay on high, even though like my GPU is not the newest. Like I think at this point it's like 3 years old.
Killed by
Try to find out if I could change it to Russian, but I couldn't find out.
or their own greed.
Khan, will you shut up?
Game is very good at doing FX and post processing. Just look at like the atmosphere in this tunnel. I've heard people say it doesn't look better or even worse than 2033, but just look at this. Like, still no denying that it looks better. It runs better as well, which is quite an achievement.
God damn it. The colonel's going to tear me a new one because of Lesnitsky. A red hot poker right into
It's like he
my
made
soul.
a fucking goatee out of licorice.
All right, let's go.
Oh there. That is some funky smoke effect.
Control D6. What the damn city down here?
Oh god, that I hope that looks better on higher settings. Just wow.
They based the order dream to find me.
Like, and you go from that to that kind of lighting. It's like what? It's like smoke budget ran out or something.
Why the summons? Kerman, take these guys to Miller. They've been summoned.
Yes, sir.
That's a very Russian sounding name.
All right, go on in. I'll wait here. When you've gone, I'll speak to Miller.
Herman the German.
The bombing of the Dark Ones may have been humanity's worst
Hey dude, I saved them in the last game.
But if they meant us no harm, but were trying to communicate, perhaps the severe pain and loss of consciousness suffered in their presence just meant we were incompatible. Machines with
It's kind of
different wiring. But somehow you, Artyom, have the common
it's kind of weird. There's a break in between each
with the
game
Dark Ones.
because
Yes, people died at exhibition, your home station. Hunter, the best of the order, is most likely dead as well.
it seems like each game is kind of a self-contained
If we don't
entity.
fight for our lives
And that's,
in this new world will be devoured. It is the law of evolution. But
Inspired by the
the old
by one of the
laws
books. Although I think both 2033 and Last Light are derived from 2033 and not Last Light from 2034.
You have something to report?
And I think
Let's keep
the
it
books
short.
assume you kill
I
the Dark
located
Ones,
the
although I'm not sure.
surviving Dark One at the gardens.
What? One of those things is
Cue
still
dramatic
alive?
music.
Luckily, yes.
Luckily. Come, this is utter madness. The Dark Ones were the greatest threat the Order's ever faced.
Colonel, just give me a chance. A single Dark One is no threat. Artyom has a gift. I believe he can establish contact with the creature. Let him come with me.
All right. Artyom, go with Khan to the gardens and locate the Dark One. I'll send a sniper along. My best. Anna,
Yes, sir.
Why would we need a sniper?
Sniper wearing a raincoat. I was like, what? Although I suppose the radioactive rain is kind of fucked up.
Restrain him!
You idiot! You're making the same mistake that...
We're done here. Escort Khan out of here.
Artyom! It's your last chance for forgiveness! For getting rid of the nightmares! Ah!
Forget about Khan. Looks like he got close. Too close to the creature and lost his mind. Look here, Artyom. Complete the mission and get back here quickly. A war is coming.
That guy's hair just grew into his beard, or like the other way around.
On your way.
So, what are you waiting for? Come along, Rabbit.
Artyom, if it's true that the Dark Ones can sense you, maybe you could draw it out from hiding so Anna can have a clear shot. But do me a favor. Don't let the Dark One get into your mind, or Anna will have 2 targets. Is that understood? We now suspect Lesnitsky was a sleeper agent, but we haven't verified who's running him. Your job is to intercept him before he delivers the stolen container. Understood?
Yes, sir.
If Lesnitsky escapes with the container, the entire metro's at risk. So if you can't take him alive, you damn well better bring me his head.
Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
There we go. So, one thing, keep looking for that those kind of note blocks, which for some reason are Artyom's diary and are spread around the entire metro system. In places he would never have been, but okay. It's kind of weird.
Don't tell me you believe that bullshit about making peace with the Dark Ones. I wish I had been up in that tower myself to see the missiles fall and watch them burn in their nests. Come on, Rabbit. Would you let those things into the metro? Let them crawl into our brains so they could use us like animals. Maybe we could mate with them, so the children could live on the surface and feed off the radiation. Shit. You don't shake hands with the devil.
Please step away from the edge of the platform. Train coming in.
Alright, hop in like a good little rabbit. Well, we've worn this place out. Let's move.
Just a year ago, I stood on top of the TV tower and saw missiles rain on the botanical gardens, turning the flesh into ashes, smelting metal and glass. Nobody and nothing could survive that inferno. Yet Khan did find a Dark One there. Now my mission is to find and eliminate it. To finish what I started.
In the past, trains were ordinary things. But now, this monorail seems magic, doesn't it? Our kids won't know how to operate these things. And their kids will probably think this was built by the gods.
Alright, we've reached the station. This is part of the secret Metro 2 line. We haven't explored these tunnels. Can't spare the time or manpower. So don't wander off. I'll try to put some juice on the system and get the lights on. Use your flashlights in the meantime.
Right, you ready? Let's move.
Watch yourself, the doors are closing. Good luck.
Yeah, we'll need
Oh well, idiots. There's nobody here.
Take the monorail when you went out to fire the missiles at the Dark One's nest. That's a good sign, Rabbit. Maybe we'll have luck with this.
We'll have luck with this mission too, yeah. I wonder why people treat Artyom like an asshole. Like, he's the guy that single-handedly saved humanity's ass last game, and for some reason they all treat him like he's incompetent.
Great, you did fine after all. All clear. Move out.
Good, trying to find the way to change the audio language here, but apparently that's not possible. If anyone knows how this works, I'd love to hear that.
Alright, the map shows a collector entry point ahead. Move. I'm following.
It's kind of funny they went into like little details like that. Anna is really pale, and that would be like caused by spending so much time underground, and like all these people seem kind of pale, which is a nice touch. Like they actually thought of that.
Shit, that thing's fast. I don't think we'll run into anything serious here. Great, the ladder. It's just a little more walking. Then we'll see if you're rabbit or man. Surface, put your mask on.
Obviously, there's going to be some shit hidden behind these cobwebs here. Seem very highly inflammable.
Stop messing around. Put on the mask and let's go.
That kind of sounds like the when you open no, kind of sounds like the sound Gear makes in the Diablo games when you try and pick him up. Kind of curious that.
Come on, put the mask on. I don't want to drag your corpse back to the base.
TARDIS inspired lighter there. There's a lot more fuels than it looks like.
Looking at my ass. It's way out of your reach,
I was like, what? You're on a ladder above me. Like, where the hell else would we look? It's kind of a forced humor there.
Give me a hand here.
Don't know, but like using plastic bags and shit around your body against like as protection against radiation doesn't seem like the best idea. But just look at this. Like compare this to the surface sections in Metro 2033. Like you can't tell me that this doesn't look better.
There's a good shooting position there. I can cover a lot of territory. You're supposed to be immune to their what? Influence? Well, I don't have your gift. So hop along, rabbit. Head on in and work for the creature. I'm thinking that since the Dark Ones are so fond of you, it'll sense you, or smell you, or whatever the fuck they do, and come from hiding. Just try to stay in the open so I can cover you. We'll maintain radio contact. And if you have second thoughts, don't worry. I'll do it. Okay then. Good luck.
The Ostankino Tower, or whatever it's called. TV tower from the last game. In the distance there. Like the more I play of Metro games, like the more I really want them to make them into an open world game, or at least co-op. Because wouldn't that be awesome? Like it's like Stalker, but like better looking. Like exploring the mysteries of the underground.
Well, it doesn't matter. Move towards it. I'll cover you.
Yeah. Kind of, the Metro kind of fits perfectly with that post-apocalyptic theme, I guess. So I hope they manage to do that sometime or someday. Actually make an open world game, because I bet that'd be great.
I'm working on them. Those aren't dark ones.
Yeah, no shit.
Watch out. That howl was bad luck. Get ready for more. Another 3. Let's do it. Reload.
Boom.
One more. Look, there's more in the reeds.
I don't have to question the design on some of these weapons, like this straight pull bolt action. It's pretty much as fast as a semi-auto weapon. So why the hell would you put a bolt on it other than to make it more involved and visceral, I guess. But
You all right?
kind of superfluous design. It looks cool, but it's kind of superfluous.
Maybe you're more than a rabbit after all.
Women,
There's something at the edge of the crater.
bitch, shut up! Like I saved your asses last game.
Okay, go west. There's a way around.
Everyone's being an asshole to Artyom for no reason. Except Khan, but Khan's crazy. So never forget to scrounge the bodies you find laying around, because there's bound to be some stuff around them.
I think I see it. About 30 meters from your position. 2 o'clock. There it is. Looks small, but it's
I don't see
definitely
it.
a dark one. What's keeping you? Come on!
There we go.
Damn, fast. How did it do that? Circle it from the left. It's still there. Targeting. Wait, it should be here. Watching you. See it. Here it goes now, little fucker. Leap after it, Artyom. There's no
Of course
way
you're not
around.
gonna hit it, because that's the entire point of the game. Be a very short game if you got killed now.
Left. This one, right.
Shit.
It's right above you. Watch out. Down.
Swap a filter before you take this guy on. There we go. And boosh. We just got fucked over by a baby dark one. That's kind of embarrassing. At any rate, that's been my first Metro Last Light Let's Play video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about this video, what I could do better. Because advice always helps more than you think. And I will see you guys, hopefully, for the next video. Bye.
Still warm. Guten Morgen.